All right. We are 11 days from the 87th edition of the NFL Draft. And now seems like a great time to change things up a little. Nothing should stay the same for 87 years, except for maybe McDonald's hash browns. Because them shits is good. The draft? Trash. So I have a proposal. Abolish the NFL Draft. Yeah. End all them mock drafts. Scrap the war rooms. Get rid of the combine. Stop the Wonderlicks. I am sick of hearing the Browns are on the clock. The Browns have been on the clock my whole life. They should change their name to the Cleveland's on the clocks. Dump the unnecessary Tyler Perry black trauma sob stories. Sad as a broke dick dog. I hate them. And cancel the hugs, especially the hugs.
83 John Elway, about to be so dadgum good. Evan Bush now has bragging rights. He gives the jump and the chest bump to Roger Goodell. Roger, no offense, you're feeling that tomorrow.
Hey, man, I said abolish the draft, not maul the commissioner. That's a different episode. But you know what that intricate dap hides? The fact that those players are probably making less money than they should. Owners might as well be hugging a TV they got for half price on Black Friday. Yeah, the NFL Draft is an annual 3-day extravaganza of billionaires saving money on the help. It is televised wage suppression with commercial breaks and a jingle. And with the number 7 pick, we're gonna exploit a running back from Georgia. Don't vote for him, though. In no other realm but sports would people tolerate anything like a draft setting the basic terms of employment. And we hardly ever stop to think about it, because that happens a lot. Shitty things get normalized if they hang around long enough, like the NCAA, or drug testing, or sugar on grits. Yeah, that gets applause. But imagine if regular-ass jobs were like this. Imagine leaving college and having no say in where you work or whom you work for, at least not for like 3-4 years. Well, actually, I can think of one group of guys who didn't have to imagine it. But you think about it. You can't control where you work, can't ask for more money. And now a bunch of narcs in suits are going on TV talking shit about you, a college kid, because you got caught smoking weed out of a gas mask.
In football, the face mask penalty is 15 yards. But when a player fills his mask with a cloud of marijuana smoke, the penalty is much higher.
Laremy Tunsil was selected 13th last night by the Miami Dolphins.
Tunsil started falling in the draft after a video posted to his Twitter account showed someone smoking a substance out of a bong-type gas mask.
That drop right there, because of that video, cost him about $8 million in salary over the next 4 years.
They make a gas mask with a bong on it? Mine doesn't have a bong. Anyway, I know at some point these players reach free agency, and that's when the big bucks start rolling in. But keep in mind, we're talking about football players. Most of these dudes will be club security before they have a chance to test free agency. The promise of the big payday is like that scheme they put on those ladies selling Mary Kay. You ain't never getting no pink Cadillac, Miss Betty. Stop letting them lie to you. The NFL flat out treats players like animals.
I was in the NFL Combine, and you know what it feels like? It feels like you're in a cattle auction. And you have this random number slapped on you. You are paraded around in your underwear, and scouts are standing there with a clipboard sizing you up. There is not another job interview anywhere on earth like the NFL Combine.
Wasn't that the same interview process as in Magic Mike? Look, even NFL executives know what's up. Sorta. George Young, the former general manager of the Giants, once referred to the College Senior Bowl weigh-in as a, quote, livestock show. Dehumanizing, but necessary. Only thing that's dehumanizing but necessary is the middle seat on a full flight. One of these armrests is mine, goddammit. And I will cut you. Now, of course, this is starting to evoke another sort of chattel.
former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick's new Netflix special igniting debate on social media after it compared the NFL's drafting process and its workout performance review called the Combine to slavery.
Their muscles are measured, their strength is calculated. This is a very invasive process for the black body to go through, to be commodified, to determine what the potential for profit is.
See? This is what happens when you have Colin Kaepernick making films instead of watching film. That's what you get. Now, nothing brings out the lemon booty from certain kinds of white folks like a comparison between pro sports and the slave trade. They hate that shit. Not the slavery, just being reminded that it happened. And you can kind of see their point, too. The methods of the draft process sound like you playing a game of Taboo. Here are the clues. Exploiting mostly black manual labors by wage suppression, the restriction of movement, choice, and expression. And then the person on your team screams,
ooh, the history of racial capitalism in America.
Ah, damn, almost. The correct answer is the NFL Draft. Oh, yeah. I ain't letting this $9,000 suit stop me from talking that talk. But maybe you didn't pick up on any of those Amistad vibes in the draft coverage. Probably because you were too distracted by all that expert analysis.
There's big guys, there's strong guys, there's long guys, there's fast guys.
Guys that are fast, guys that are explosive, big body guys who are supersized.
Guys who have good feet.
Guys that can do a little bit of anything and everything.
Guys that can ball now, they can all ball.
So let's get into some of the guys that we have not talked to as of yet.
Guys that are nasty and play hard.
Right, exactly.
This guy looks like a Raven. He's tough like a Raven.
Like he's got a bird face?
Well, not like a bird face, more like a football player that the Ravens would draft.
Figuratively.
Damn, they ain't all the guys. 5 guys, Guy Torrey, Teddy Riley and Guy. Hey, this fucking guy. People justify the draft by saying we need it for the sake of competitive balance. Yeah, like pursuing fairness for one group justifies taking it away from another. Here's how NFL Films put it.
The draft wouldn't exist had it not been created by Eagles owner Bert Bell back in 1936.
He expressed it in a way that the strongest had to go to the bottom of the list and the weakest at the top.
The first college allocation event was staged at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, owned by his father.
His dad owned the Ritz. Whew. Come on, man, we know what this really was. A bunch of old coots in an honest-to-God, smoke-filled room mixing themselves coldies and conspiring with one another to hold the workers down. Capitalists been running that game since they stopped paying people with little bits of gold. One historian ran the numbers and concluded that the draft had, quote, no immediate impact on parity and that its main effect was to depress players' salaries. Yeah, it turns out the draft just gave the shitty organizations a new thing to be bad at. But it hung around anyway because the owners were saving money on payroll and keeping a tighter leash on the players. Soon enough, the draft became an institution. And soon enough, the institution became a big old dumb spectacle. Now, if you want to know why this abomination not only persists but seems to grow in cultural significance year after year, it's because the league, with the help of cable television, took something that used to be as boring as Morehouse's own Herman Cain's tweets when he was alive into something as exciting as Morehouse's own Herman Cain's tweets after he died.
The Dallas Cowboys selection, Ed Jones, defensive end, Tennessee State.
Welcome, everybody, to Nashville, Tennessee. 100,000 people. Taylor Swift is here. Look at Taylor. Woo! You wouldn't miss this party.
No, this is amazing.
Come on, Taylor, admit it. You're only there to hear them sad life stories so they can inspire your songs. So now we have all this pageantry for what amounts to a people raffle. This is a problem. Any attempt to dislodge the draft now has to contend with the fact that fans absolutely love it. It's preseason football. Abolishing the draft would be tantamount to canceling Jeopardy. We love that show, even if we now got what's-his-face as the host. Oh, that's right, Blossom, too. We do have Blossom. But I have a solution. Stay with me here. Time after time, The courts have agreed with the players that the draft is an illegal restraint of trade. And time after time, the draft has been kept alive by the players in their labor agreements with the league in exchange for other freedoms they've been denied, like free drinking water during practice. But let's say the players finally decide to bury the draft for good. Here's what I envision. We'll lose the wage suppression, but keep the TV show. Let the rookies enter the league as full free agents, able to negotiate with any team, and then let's make a big, dumb old spectacle of it. Hey, man, we have the technology to make a spectacle out of anything. The World Cup draw could have been pulling names out of a hat, and instead they turned it into the mini Oscars hosted by Idris Elba. Oh, hey, is that Stringer Bell?
Well, get on with it, motherfucker.
Yeah. If you know, you know. But what I'm saying is, let's flip it. How about we see things through the eyes of the player instead of the owner? Let's keep the combine in the draft. But now, it's for the old coots. We already have National Signing Day, right? Well, we can do that, but bigger. We invite you to watch the first ever NFL Owners Draft.
The wait is finally over. The NFL Owners Draft is coming to HBO, and everyone's going to be there. Jerry, Jeff, and all the Steves. 32 superstars of the American elite are trying to get chose. Join me, Dan Levitard, for the inaugural Owners Draft, where all the pressing questions get answered. Will Jerry Jones's break baby give Michigan's Aiden Hutchinson second thoughts about playing for the Cowboys? Will Bob Kraft get another happy ending tonight? Will Cincinnati Sauce Gardner be scared away by the Washington Commanders cheerleader sexual harassment scandal? The allegations of financial impropriety stemming from a congressional investigation, or the other cheerleader sexual harassment scandal?
Take things out of context all over the place.
See the overdog stories of these old moneybags who came from everything and inherited their asses off to get where they are today. Join me and Bomani Jones and Lena Dunham as we break down the NFL Owners Draft, only on HBO.